After learning about the history of wool in our last show, we went to visit Tom Ashby at North Ashrose in the Clare Valley to get up close and personal with his prized merino rams. So Tom, what type of sheep is this?
This is a Pole Merino, Olivia.
What's so unique about the wool?
The merino wool is probably the world's best natural fibre. And the merino is a really unique animal because it can grow a really nice soft fleece that can be used for spinning into jumpers, suits, all sorts of fashion garments. And as a matter of fact, wool's made a real big comeback on the fashion catwalk.
And since Australia is such a big country, what's the best climate for a merino?
Well, the merino is actually very adaptable to all types of climate. But we breed a different type of merino for the harsher climate. It has a little stronger wool and is a bit bigger animal.
Does the merino have any health problems?
Yeah, the merino does. I mean, like all animals, they have some health problems. Worms is probably one of the big ones, and also lice. They're probably the two bigger health problems.
How do you treat those?
Well, we use a drench gun and give them a shot of drench down their throat for worms and lice. If you can just see the remnants of a little bit of blue in the wool there.
Yeah.
That's from the lice chemical. When he was shorn, we put a backliner on there, and that absorbed through the skin, and that gives him protection from lice.
Okay. Cool. I've noticed that he has a really thick coat. How long did it take for him to grow it?
Well, this ram was actually only shorn in March this year.
Oh.
So he's only got 3 to 4 months growth on him, and it's a really, really good fleece because it's nice and crimpy and very white, because we like to breed the wool very white because that handles the dye of the colours for the jumpers.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. And because he's got such a lot of wool, how long would it take for someone to shear him?
A ram like this will probably take him about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, but if he was shearing a ewe just straight out of the paddock, probably about 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. So how often would a sheep like this need to be shorn?
Probably every 12 months, once every 12 months. But a real top ram, sometimes we shear them twice a year just to keep them healthy. And
why do some of them have horns and the others don't?
Well, in the 1950s we started breeding the horns off the sheep, mainly due to the horns can get caught in fences, trees, bushes and things like that, but we still have a few horn sheep.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. How do you pick the best ram for mating?
Well, that's interesting. These days we use, we body weigh the rams, we eye muscle test them, and you see that little bit of darker wool there. That's from a bit of vegetable oil we pour on there, and then you put a scanner, like a pregnancy scanner, on the skin, and you can measure how much eye muscle they have.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also fleece test the fleece. See, he's got a hole in him there. Now that's.
Oh, yeah.
So we take a sample of the wool and we send it away to get tested. It's basically fleece weight, fleece measurement, body weight, and eye muscle. Visually, he's got to be good straight legs and very correct, just like any animal.
Yep.
Okay.
So there's lots of things to look for when you're breeding merinos because they have this beautiful fleece.
Yeah.
They also have a very good high protein meat, so they're really a dual purpose animal.
Yeah, so there's a lot of criteria to go through.
There is, yes.
Wow, there's so much to learn about these merino rams. We'll catch up with Tom again in another episode, and I'll see what it's like to be a working dog.
For more information, go to merino.com.